Welcome to the RadioU podcast. I'm Hudson.
And I'm Aly.
Coming up, why it's time we bring back buttons.
Also, if you're listening to this podcast while you're driving, is it making you a better driver?
All that and more on the way next. What did you think of the Stranger Things finale, 8772 RadioU? I know I've seen it. Aly, tell me you've seen it by now.
I have indeed.
All right, send us your thoughts. We won't spoil anything.
No.
But you can feel free to share whatever spoilers are needed in your text.
Yeah.
To let us know
share your thoughts with us because we both know what happens.
Yeah. 8772 RadioU. And is this also, now that the finale is out and we've all seen it and have our feelings, is this a good time to mention that we're getting more Stranger Things?
Oh, why?
We are getting a Stranger Things animated spin-off coming to Netflix. You knew, I mean, we all knew, right, that Stranger Things, even if the Duffer Brothers wanted to end it, and this is like they had this whole grand plan in mind, there's too much money involved for Netflix to just let it end. And so what we're getting is a Stranger Things animated spin-off called Stranger Things Tales from 85 that focuses on the characters, like the same characters that we know and love from Stranger Things, but it's going to take place between seasons 2 and 3.
Okay.
So it's kind of going to be more, like more day in the life kind of stuff, I guess, of what they were, going through. And it's going to be animated with none of the actual cast.
Yeah, like
from the show that we just watched.
So they're not voicing any characters?
No.
Wow.
No, they're not. Some interesting names, but none of the people from the actual show.
That's going to feel weird.
Yeah, I'm not interested in this at all. And
Me either.
It has nothing to do with my feelings on the finale. I don't like how the animation style looks. I'm not interested.
Yeah, the animation style looks a lot like if you've ever watched Netflix Arcane series, which is the League of Legends series, which was very, very good, but it's different. It's like a different style of animation, almost similar to the Into the Spider-Verse type of animation.
Yeah, it kind of has that. I wonder if there's any crossover there.
Probably.
We heard from Cullen, who says, talking about Stranger Things finale thoughts.
Yeah.
He says, I watched the first half of the last season, and I'm not in a hurry to watch the rest.
Ooh.
What do you mean the last season? Season 4?
Season 4 is really good.
You stopped after season 4? It's midway through season 4?
Season 4 is like my favorite.
I wish it just ended after season 4.
That's what I think, too.
Yeah. Okay, so don't spoil anything, but what did you think, though, of the finale?
It's so hard for me to discuss this without, like, giving away anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on the one hand, I want to share how I really feel, but on the other hand, I'm like, if somebody hasn't watched yet, I don't want to totally like discourage them.
Mm-hmm.
But I regret.
You regret watching it?
I regret spending this amount of time.
Oh my gosh!
In the Stranger Things universe in Hawkins.
I feel like
that ending was that bad to me.
I feel like a lot of people are overreacting. It was fine. It was a fine ending. It was okay.
I disagree.
It was just okay.
I think the consequences were completely thrown out the window, and I'm not happy about that.
Hannah says it was a great disappointment. It really went downhill with season 5. It was plain that they were really leaning into the second screen thing.
The second screen thing.
I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure what that is either.
I thought it was okay. Like, I'm not mad about it.
How are you not mad about it? We spent 10 years watching the show.
Yeah, and I can't spoil anything, but it's like it was a fine finale. It was just okay.
No, it was not. It was not just fine, because here's the thing is if it was just fine, then it would have ended with season 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then we would have been okay with that ending. But now instead we spent all of this extra time with an extra season that released in 3 parts for some reason.
But now it's over.
Yeah, and it's over in a way where I'm like, why did I waste 10 years and let this occupy my brain space for so much time? And have that ending, which to me just had no consequences. 0 consequences.
I like that it tied everything up, and now I can move on.
I think
after
the way
season
it
4,
tied
it didn't end that way.
The way that it tied everything up was not satisfying, though. It wasn't worth the journey we went on. You can't tell me it has all of this gravitas and meaning, and then end it that way.
Zach says, I don't know why people thought it would end any other way. I did think it would end
I
differently.
thought it would end up in a much better way, but I guess I shouldn't have had so much hope in the Duffer Brothers. I shouldn't have placed so much hope in them to finish this out well.
I posted out my theory on
you did?
TikTok before,
I know you told me what your theory was.
which I was wrong about. But
I would have much
I have seen a lot of people saying that my mentions are all like, why couldn't you have written it instead of the Duffer Brothers?
Exactly.
Because it would have been really complicated.
All the fan theories were so complicated and so cool. And then like what we ended up getting was like the most straightforward, just like boring option.
What is your New Year's resolution this year? 8772 Radio U. Have you already given up? It is January 5th, after all.
It's not Quitter's Day yet.
8772 Radio U. I was saying, Aly, last week, and arguing kind of with some people about this. My New Year's resolution didn't start till today.
It didn't start till today.
Yeah.
Till the first Monday.
Yeah, because you can't start a resolution. I mean, January 1st is a holiday, and then it was the weekend. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm not starting a resolution on the weekend.
Okay.
And so here we are today, and I'm going strong. Some people probably have already quit, have already given up, and I'm here. Today's day one, ready to go.
I always tell people, you could start a resolution whenever you want.
That is true too.
It doesn't need to be January 1st.
Now. 8772 Radio U. I do want to know, what are your resolutions? Apparently, a lot of people this year have financial New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
According to Fidelity, they say that 64% of people are considering a New Year's resolution revolving around finance.
Wow.
Which is, that's 2/3 of people basically.
Yeah.
And we do have some numbers to compare this to too, because last year it was 56% of people. So a meaningful increase.
Wow.
In people that are like, I need to get my money in order. Why do you think this is?
Inflation is running rampant.
Yes, thank you. It does feel like, I don't feel like all of a sudden we're getting better with our money, like smarter.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're realizing that our bad habits are not going to be coddled anymore. Yeah, sustainable. That's right.
I think our pocketbooks are getting smaller. Even though who has a pocketbook anymore? But it just is. It's the truth. There's like, prices have gone up, and I don't think salaries match the increase of what things cost. And so it's like you have maybe the same amount of money, or maybe less money if you had to take a pay cut or something like that. But everything else went up. And so, I think across the board, Americans are like, what I need to figure out? Budgeting. Yeah. And how to do that better.
We can't afford these bad habits anymore like we used to be able to. External conditions.
External factors are telling us to slow down with our spending.
But there was a quote I saw from somebody on TikTok this weekend that really made me like, it hurt, but I felt it.
It felt too true.
She goes, you can't budget your way out of poverty. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
But it is true that, like, if you're bad with money, even when you're poor, you're not going to be any better when you have more.
That is, I feel like that's the lie. That's like, if you just, come up with a budget and put money in savings, then one day you'll be able to have whatever you want. And it's like, that's not true if you don't make a lot of money.
Well, I think you need to budget, and you need to be good with money no matter how much money you make. Mm-hmm. Because it doesn't matter. Like, you may think, if I made $50,000 more a year, I'm going to be so much better off. That's not necessarily true. If you're bad with money now, you're not going to be it's not like you're going to be good with money just because you make more of it. Mm-hmm. You need to create good habits now. I'm starting to sound like Dave Ramsey over here. But it's true. Like, you need to have good habits no matter what your salary is.
I just don't. I don't like the idea that, no matter how much you make, if you're just responsible with it, then you can eventually have whatever you want.
Then you can eventually become a millionaire?
Yeah, or just buy a car with cash. And it's just like, no, you're not. You still only have the money that you have.
Yeah.
Being wise with it doesn't make new money magically appear.
Unfortunately, it does not.
Yeah, so that's why my New Year's resolution is to get a raise. Last night was the Critics' Choice Awards. I'm sure everyone was watching, right? 8772 Radio U.
I didn't even know it was happening.
I don't even know what channel it's on.
Is it on a channel?
And I like awards. But the Critics' Choice, they might have gotten things really right. I don't even know. But the highlight was Timothee Chalamet, who, of course, won Best Actor for his performance in Marty Supreme, which I do really want to see Marty Supreme.
Yeah, that movie looks really interesting.
That's the Timothee Chalamet ping pong movie that he has been promoting endlessly.
Yeah.
The highlight of the Critics' Choice Awards, when he won Best Actor for his performance in Marty Supreme, Timothee Chalamet, in his acceptance speech, publicly thanked his girlfriend, Kylie Jenner, his partner of 3 years, saying, "I love you. Thank you for our foundation. I couldn't do this without you." And she was there, and she mouthed, "I love you" back. First of all, does this warp your concept of time that they've been together for 3 years now?
A little bit. I didn't realize it had been that long.
I mean, I knew they were together, but 3 whole years?
Well, and I feel like I kept seeing stuff where it was like, are they still dating? Because like they hadn't been seen really together in public, which is... That's fine. I don't really care about seeing celebrities as, couples and like seeing up pictures and paparazzi photos. Like, I don't need to see their relationship. But as soon as people stop seeing a celebrity relationship, they're like, oh, did they break up?
Yeah.
Like the public freaks out. But no, they're still together.
They are still together. They're going strong. Many are saying that they're going to get married. I mean, they've been together for 3 years.
Well, let them get engaged first before they get married.
Well, getting engaged is a step along the way to getting married.
Well, Hollywood would make you think different.
I'm concerned that Timothee Chalamet is becoming too much.
Too much?
We're hitting peak. We might have crossed over peak Timothee Chalamet.
What do you mean? Like he's becoming Pedro Pascal, you see him everywhere type of thing?
A little, and just like he's a little shoved in our face of like... You like this guy, don't you? You like Timothee Chalamet. Here's more Timothee Chalamet because you love him so much. And I do I like some of his movies and stuff. He's been pretty good, but like it's just I feel like too much. We've hit the zenith, and now it's time to come crashing down. I don't think we've actually hit the zenith because the Oscars are still like 2 months away. Yeah,
I think it's very possible that he could win an Oscar for Marty Supreme, and I'm not there yet with you. I have definitely gotten there with Pedro Pascal, and that's why immediately that's where my mind went when you said is it too much?
Yeah.
Because that's somebody that I feel like has been shoved down our throats, and I've gotten sick of it. But I'm not quite there yet with Timothee Chalamet, but I do agree. There's been an increase. A big increase. And to be dating someone as big and influential as Kylie Jenner, it's like, that just like adds to it,
It's like, I like seeing celebrity personalities of like, what are they like outside of like, they're more than just an actor. Like, what are their interests? What do they do? What, like, I like seeing the personal side of them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I'm seeing actors or, whoever popping up in so many things where it's like, I wasn't expecting you to be involved in this.
A lot of NBA games.
Yeah, exactly. Then it's like, I just feel like it's getting to be too much.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
Oh no. I'm not quite there yet with Timothee Chalamet, but I do agree with you. There was something where I feel like he was very relatable as a Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
But now that he's now that he's dating Kylie Jenner, it's like, oh, he's not relatable anymore.
He used to have his like YouTube channel when he was like 14 where he fixed Xbox controllers or whatever.
Yeah,
that's
he's
cool.
He's like all of us.
Yeah, but now
it doesn't feel that way.
Now he's so not. Now he's too Hollywood and too much.
Yep.
But it doesn't make me not want to see his movies, though. Marty Supreme, got to check that out. Mayor Michelle Dracoulis of the town of Derwent Valley in Australia has a simple message for her residents. Do not eat toilet seats. 8772 RadioU. This is a quote from the mayor of a town in Australia. She says, "It appeared as though someone had taken a few bites out of a toilet seat," with pictures attached. "I'll say it plainly," she says. "Please don't eat toilet seats."
Please don't do that.
Yeah, she says that if messing up toilets is your idea of fun, please do it at home. Public toilets are for everyone, and trashing them just makes life harder for the next person. That includes the cleaners at these public toilets where this has happened, and the next person who goes to the bathroom in there discovering that there's a chunk's bitten out of their toilet seat when they need to go.
Yeah, this does not look like a fun toilet to have to use. But I will say,
you definitely would want one of those liners.
Yeah. Yes.
To protect your leg from getting scraped.
Yes, because that plastic we all know is hard.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever actually used one that has been broken, but that's
when you get pinched, have you ever gotten pinched?
Oh my goodness, terrible feeling.
Yeah.
Terrible. Okay, but that's why I don't look at this toilet and immediately assume somebody bit it.
Okay.
Because the part that's fallen off is the part of the toilet that I feel like would get stressed the easiest.
Okay.
Like the plastic could get really brittle and then just eventually break off from overuse.
Okay.
And so to me, I wouldn't automatically assume that somebody's been chowing down on the seat. I would just maybe assume that this toilet is probably older and needs to be replaced because this plastic does get pretty brittle.
So you're putting this back on, this is the town's fault, not the people's fault.
Maybe, because I feel like we've all found ourselves in situations with public toilets, like at a rest stop or something, where it's like, okay, this seat needs to be retired. This seat is not in good condition.
Yeah.
You know? If I'm worried about, like, surviving going to this bathroom, then this seat needs to be changed out.
I'll tell you what, it is tough. It might not be bite marks, and I don't even know how a person would have the kind of chompers
to just like take plastic. Like this is thick plastic.
So maybe this is just a good way to get this in the news and get more people paying attention to it. But then again, you're outing yourself as you're a town with public toilets that need to be replaced, and that's not the people's fault.
Yeah.
But if it is actual bite marks, I guess like whatever drug dealer is like the kingpin of Derwent Valley must be doing pretty well to be able to like the population of that town is just so in such a stupor that they're chewing on toilet seats.
I mean, you'd have to be on drugs to do this.
That's what I'm saying.
You'd have to be.
This is like even in Florida on bath salts. So like I don't know about chewing on toilet seats.
Yeah. You're in a low place if this is the option that you're considering.
Yeah, I really hope that it's not actually chewing. But again, that doesn't really reflect well on the town either.
No, but it makes it a little bit better to think that a person wouldn't resort to this.
If a person did this in a way, I am not mad. I'm a little impressed.
You're just like,
how?
How? What do your teeth look like now?
Aly, you've had a few days to heal and recover since Ohio State's exit in the college football playoff. Are you back? Are you feeling okay?
Yes. At the end of the day, it's just a game. Even though it's an important one and one where, you could have continued on a run to potentially play for another national championship. But this team, as we pointed out, inexperienced, young, and a lot of these players are coming back next year. And so as that game was coming to an end, I saw a shot of Julian Sayin as he's like looking up at the Jumbotron or something. And all I could think about was this team's going to be back. This may have ended in a way that we didn't like this year, but you saw some improvement on the year anyways. Like you got to beat Michigan. You finally ended that streak. You had a really rough situation with your final two games in a total switch of how you've been running the whole team all season, the whole offense.
Yeah.
Because now you have a new play caller. So you're changing up your routine. And I think you could easily see that was a problem for them, I think, in a lot of the play calls that they were doing in the games that they had. Those two games where that would have been changed, which was the games against Indiana and the game against Miami. And so, yeah, I feel like this team's going to be back. It was tough to see that loss out there, but hey, I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah. Ohio State always seems to be in the mix.
Yes.
Even next year, I'm sure they'll be back despite whatever changes they may go through. I've seen some rumblings. I don't know how substantiated this is, but that Jeremiah Smith might want to enter that transfer portal.
What?
Yeah.
I have not seen that.
Well, he grew up 5 miles from Hard Rock Stadium, so Miami could be a destination.
Compete with Malachi Toney.
Yeah. What a 1-2 punch.
I don't know about that. I do think I saw something from Carnell Tate.
Yeah. He's going to the draft, right?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I saw a post from him, and this was only a few hours after the game. High emotion, all of that. But it was just basically he was apologizing for losing the game, which I'm like, Carnell, you do not need to apologize. Julian did not have very much time to throw you the ball, so don't apologize. It wasn't your fault. But he kind of made it seem like he might come back, which I was not thinking at all. I thought he would be gone. Like, he had such a great season.
I'd be shocked.
Yeah, but again, that was like right after the game, high emotion. You're thinking like, I want to come back and, right the wrongs and stuff.
I don't know. That sounds like a little bit of cope to me.
It does. It does. And so that's the only thing I've seen. I haven't seen anything about Jeremiah Smith. But you know what? I'm happy because I was right about all the other games. Indiana.
Yeah, the Ole Miss win. What a call.
That was an insane end to that game, by the way. And so, Ole Miss. I kind of want to pick them as my sneaky favorite to win. Now that Ohio State was my pick, I got to pick somebody else now. I'm kind of cheered for the Rebels. I got to be honest.
I mean, yes, I'm a fan of Ole Miss at this point because that'd be fun. I do feel like that Ole Miss, they're clearly they're not as good as Miami as a team, but Trinidad Chambliss could just have this could just be like everything's close enough and he just goes off because he seems to have that in him. Clearly he did against Georgia.
Yep.
And other teams so far haven't had to they haven't had to put everything on, haven't had a player that had to have a Heisman moment in the playoffs yet.
Right. And
every game has been kind of decided except for that one.
And they could be the Ohio State of last season, having to play 4 games to win it all. Mm-hmm. Are we going to see a pattern this way where, we talked about it where it's like, is it really an advantage to be a bye team?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not. A lot of the bye teams lost.
Unless Indiana does it, which, they looked good. But
they looked really good against Alabama. I think they are still the favorite.
They're definitely the favorite, but I would take, if you give me Indiana the field, I'm taking the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were happy to hear what the best Christmas gifts you got this year were. And apparently a lot of people got AI slop Christmas gifts.
Aww.
Because what we are seeing is already lots of people documenting this. The AI slop Christmas gifts turning up in Goodwills and other thrift stores.
Yep.
When we say AI slop Christmas gifts, we're talking about like the AI generated ads that come up on TikTok and Instagram and whatever, mostly TikTok. And you can just buy it right through TikTok and somebody's like, oh, this looks perfect for whoever. And then they give it and you get it in the mail and it does not look anything like what the ad sold to you. And it's from somewhere far across the ocean and it is just actual garbage. And then it winds up at a thrift store.
I'm seeing one of these videos of this article right now. It's an AI slop shirt that ended up in Goodwill. And it's just like... just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's supposed to look like almost like a shirt that like a NASCAR driver would wear.
Yeah.
But it says like Mod Kebab and Giza Studio.
And it's not in another language.
No, it's just all gibberish.
Yeah. I feel bad for all the people that were fooled. I don't know. I feel like there's so many people that had the best of intentions. Like,
I know.
This one with the book mug. Where it's like perfect for any book lover. And I'm like, I can think of so many people that would be fooled and they would have the perfect person in mind for this. And they thought they were getting them a nice gift. And then when you get it, it's terrible. It's horrible.
It's nothing even close to it. Yeah. Cause like the book mug, like AI video, like it looks so cool. But then if you look into the details of it, it's like, okay, this is obviously AI. It's fake. Mm-hmm. And then what you get looks totally different and totally awful. So if you actually saw what that looked like, you would never buy that.
But who has the heart to, like, you feel like it's grandma a lot of the times. Who has the heart to be like, grandma, did you get this off of TikTok? Was this AI generated?
Well, my hope is that if you bought an AI generated gift, like an AI slop thing,
mm-hmm.
you wouldn't actually give it away. You would go to Target last minute, get something, and like you yourself would donate this to Goodwill. Not that you would give it away and then they would donate.
Yeah.
That's my hope. I hope these gifts weren't actually given. Please tell me they weren't given.
I hope so, but I don't know. I feel like there had to be some disappointed people on Christmas that got this book mug.
I guess at the end of the day, it's not about the gifts.
No, it's not. It's the thought that counts.
It's the thought that counts. Let's think about that.
The box office breakdown, all about what's making money and what's not in theaters. Aly, it's been a while. If you had to guess, what was the number one movie in theaters this past weekend?
Was there anything new that released on Friday?
Nothing major came out this weekend.
That's what I thought. I'll go with Avatar.
You are correct. Avatar has now cleared the $1 billion mark. Avatar Fire and Ash.
What? That's like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it didn't take long. It made another 40 or so million here in North America, but it's really doing big business overseas. It's just crossed over $1 billion. It's made $771 million
Oh my gosh.
internationally.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so doing all right. Did you ever wind up seeing it?
I haven't seen it yet, but I was planning to go see it
You haven't
sometime
seen it?
this month.
Suspiciously, nobody else I know of has seen it either.
You're like, it doesn't
sure
exist.
it actually exists. Coming in at number 2, another Disney success, Zootopia 2.
I did see this.
Has made now $1.58 billion, $1.59 billion in 6 weeks. This is so confusing to me. It's the second highest grossing animated movie ever.
Wow.
Would you like to guess what's number 1?
Number 1 in animated film
Yeah, that's the highest grossing animated movie of all time.
of all time. Oh.
It came out in 2019.
Oh, okay. Frozen 2.
No, it was The Lion King.
Oh, I forgot. Wait, what?
Which was, I'm sorry, I thought they were telling us that was a live action
Thought they
Lion King.
described that it was a live action.
Even though we all could see with our own eyes that it was animated, there's no live action
so they
anything.
finally decided to agree with us that it was in fact animated just when it was convenient for them, so they can hold this record.
Whatever you call it, it made a lot of money inexplicably.
It did.
Going through the rest of the box office, number 3 this weekend was The Housemaid. That's
Okay.
that movie with Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah.
And then that made $14.9 million. Marty Supreme with Timothee Chalamet was number 4, $12.6 million. And at number 5, Anaconda, which I'd like to go see as well.
Oh yeah, this is the new Jack Black and Paul Rudd.
Yes,
I want to see that too.
That made $10 million. So this is a big time of year for the box office. Obviously, the prior weekend would have been bigger with Christmas, but still a lot of big new releases from the last few weeks just to have your pick of.
Right.
And try to catch up on all of them. So let us know what you've seen lately at 8772 Radio U. Besides the Stranger Things finale, of course, because we've gone through that. But we've had a couple weeks now to catch up on stuff. And so let's see what everyone's watching and what Aly and I have been watching coming up next. We just did the box office breakdown. Number 1 in theaters this weekend was Avatar Fire and Ash, followed by Zootopia 2 and The Housemaid. What have you seen lately? Let us know at 8772 Radio U. Aly, what have you watched other than Christmas movies and Stranger Things since we last did a show?
Yeah, well, the reason I answered Frozen 2 to that question about what is the highest grossing animated movie or whatever was because I actually watched Frozen 2 yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which I had seen it before, but I have a group of friends, and we were all talking about Frozen. Like a reference to Frozen came up. This was like a couple months ago. And one guy in our group, he was basically like, yeah, I've never seen Frozen. I don't know this reference. And so we were like, you got to watch it. And he basically admitted he had not really seen any Disney movies. And we were like, we got to change this.
Wow.
And we had a Christmas party coming up. Unfortunately, snow pushed it back to where it was held last night instead of when it was supposed to be in December, like before Christmas. And so we were like, you watch Frozen on your own, like the first one. And then we got together yesterday and we were like, then we'll watch Frozen 2. And so we watched it last night. And I love how everybody in the group all agreed while, Idina Menzel is singing Into the Unknown.
Yeah.
We're all like, Brendan Urie's version is better.
I feel like Frozen 2 was such a disappointment to me.
Okay, here's the hot take. Everybody in the group like Frozen 2 more than the first.
No, shut up.
No.
Shut up.
I know.
They hate movies.
I stayed silent on that because I was like, I disagree. I disagree entirely.
I couldn't disagree more.
I like the first Frozen a lot. The songs are, in my opinion, a lot better.
Oh, 100%. The songs are better. The story is better.
much better.
Frozen 2 is confusing.
It's
I'm an adult and I couldn't follow.
Yeah, the storyline has a lot of different places where it goes, and it's like a very odd way to tell a story, in my opinion. So I think there's aspects of it that I like, but I wouldn't say it's
Into
better.
the Unknown is still pretty solid, but the other song, I couldn't name another song in the movie except for the one that Olaf sings, which I do not like. I think they tried too hard on that to make it funny.
The song that
When I Get Older song.
Yeah, the song that I don't like is the one that Anna sings. She sings a song when she's all by herself after Olaf melts. Mm-hmm. And that song, I'm
Spoiler
like,
alert.
Who wrote this? Yeah, he's fine, guys.
Yeah.
He's fine. But who wrote this song? Like, it doesn't actually sound like a song. Like, the lyrics are very like, I'm sad and desperate. What do I do? I have to move on. What do I do? And it's just like, what are these lyrics?
I don't even remember that at all.
Have a little bit of prose, please.
Regina texted in. She says she saw The Housemaid with Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried before Christmas and really enjoyed it. She says they made a few minor changes from the book.
Okay.
It's based on a book?
It is based on a book.
I didn't know that. They didn't market it to me at all.
Okay.
I hardly knew it was coming out.
It's also the book talk girlies.
But she says they made a few minor changes from the book to the ending, but very pleased overall for a book-based movie, hoping they make the other books, whatever those may be, into movies as well.
It's a series, I believe. I've never read any of them, but I knew it was based off of a book series.
I swear you and I are both adults, but you watched Frozen 2. I watched the new SpongeBob movie.
You got to see it, though. That's good.
I like how it was short.
Okay.
So a compact, it was like an hour and 20 minutes.
Wow, that is short.
Yeah, that's about as much as I want in a movie most of the time.
Frozen 2 should have been that short.
Yeah. I thought it had some fun moments.
Yeah.
I mean, how much are you expecting from SpongeBob? I feel like there's a lot of SpongeBob episodes that are much better than this movie is. But it was a fun ride for most of it. I do there's nothing like the SpongeBob animation that I wish they would go back to the actual like cartoon instead of the CGI stuff.
Yeah.
I don't. It takes me out of it a little bit. But let us know what you've seen lately. 8772 Radio U. That's the box office breakdown. Volkswagen recently revealed some images of one of their new vehicles that people are kind of excited about.
Okay.
8772 Radio U. Why are they excited? Because the images of this brand new vehicle that is not even for sale yet, in the interior actually has buttons.
They're bringing back buttons.
Like real physical buttons.
Let's go.
Yes. Apparently, Volkswagen made a pledge to start doing this a bit ago, and this is like their first step towards doing this. Where they're trying to fight back, not in a full-throated, like, we're getting rid of all touchscreen kind of way.
They have a mix of both.
But they realized that us as consumers, that the people that may want to buy cars don't want it to be a giant maze of tablets in your car, that actual physical buttons can be helpful. Mm-hmm.
Especially when the technology fails.
Exactly. And so Volkswagen is taking a step with the new ID Polo to the first step towards bringing some buttons back into car interiors.
The worst part is that this car is like pretty inaccessible for most every person. Like, unless you're really rich, you're not getting your hands on this unless it's several years down the line.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it is a budget electronic vehicle. I don't actually have a picture of the outside, but I'm imagining something like a smart car. However, this is seemingly only going to be released in Europe.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, this is like the start of what they're just going to start doing with all their cars, the ones that come here and blah, blah, blah.
Hopefully it'll start a trend, not only in this certain EV from Volkswagen, but like all cars will go back to, and again, you can have a mix of both. Like this car has both the tablet looking like screen thing and then also has buttons. I think I'm okay with that, like having both, because it is nice to have like, let's say your GPS up on there. Or like, I know a lot of people have sent us photos of listening to Radio U and like they get to see the album art pop up on their little screen. That's cool. And so I don't hate the screen, but I just don't like it that everybody just only has the screen, because while you may think that's actually more luxurious or whatever, it's actually a lot cheaper for the car manufacturers to make it that way, to just deal with programming rather than to actually make buttons. And that's why they've gone to this, is because they're saving themselves money.
And what sucks is if your screen, if it's all a screen and that's all there mostly is there, if it breaks, then you lose access to everything.
Right, you're screwed.
Whereas if one button goes bad for some reason, you can have the choice to like live on with that button just not working.
Or
I guess that window just doesn't roll down anymore.
Or just replacing the one button isn't as expensive as replacing a whole console, like, the whole control system.
Yeah, so I'm fully in favor of this. Now, the trouble is that we're like going to be, this is a long cycle, because you're right. This is brand new cars are now slowly and surely
getting
possibly bringing buttons back. But in the meantime, who can buy a brand new car?
Yeah, very few people.
We're buying the used cars, which we're just getting into where the used cars are all touchscreens.
Right. I don't even have the tablet yet in my car.
The next car you buy will be all touchscreen.
Yep.
And then a decade from now, you can get a used car that will have some buttons again.
Man, the cycle is real.
It is the first step towards a button-filled future.
We appreciate it, Volkswagen.
Which I also feel is safer. Like, you have to have... You can't,
it's 100% safer than having a massive screen looking at you while you're driving.
You need that tactile feedback, you know? I have some good news.
Okay.
That listening to podcasts or the radio while you're driving doesn't delay your reaction time at all. Yeah! Somehow, against all odds, listening to this show while driving doesn't make you more likely to get into an accident.
That's awesome. I mean, maybe my loud clapping does. I feel like I have a very loud clap. We need to do a break about that sometime. But I think I don't know the science behind this, but I feel like I find this to be true. There's just sometimes when I'm like, I'll be talking on the phone with somebody, hands-free, of course. I'm all about that hands-free. But I'll be talking to them on the phone, and I do feel like that does use a different part of your brain.
Yes. And
distracts you more than if you're just listening to a podcast or the radio or whatever. Like, it's so much easier to tune those things out and focus if you need to, okay, I need to take a minute to focus here. But I will say, I never thought I would be this person, because I would always get mad at my parents when they do this. I have done the thing where I'm like, I got to turn it down so I can see better. I have done that a couple times.
It does seem to help you focus.
Yeah.
It feels like it doesn't make sense, but since I feel like everybody does it, there is something to that. This study was done at the Fujita Health University in Japan, where they kind of just tested listening to different things while driving. How is your reaction time, your concentration, how are your eyes moving?
Ooh.
And what they found was listening to podcasts, audiobooks, and radio produced no measurable delays in your eyes at all.
Okay.
So that's good. You can listen to the RadioU podcast and RadioU as much as you want.
And you're good.
You should be safe. But talking on the phone, like you mentioned, even though it's hands-free, even doing it hands-free, delays eye movements by 20 to 100 milliseconds while doing anything. So,
and that could be a big difference when you're talking about driving.
Milliseconds never sounds like a lot, but when something is actually happening, when a deer pops out in front of you or whatever it is, that can actually make a huge difference.
It's true. Like, I have heard so many stories of people, like, just the matter of seconds, like them looking down could have been like, a life or death situation suddenly in a car. Like, cars are so dangerous, guys. So dangerous.
They said that the explanation for this is that the brain networks for speech production and controlling eye movements are in competition with each other.
Oh, so that's why.
That is their explanation.
Slowdown.
Yeah,
okay.
For why it's talking on the phone specifically, it's because you're talking. So I don't see that they tested this, but I mean, theoretically, and I feel like I could attest to this in real life, that if you're talking to somebody else in the car, that could also slow you down a little bit.
Oh, definitely. Especially if you're trying and looking over at them. Which, another side tangent here. What is up with movies filming these type of scenes where people in cars.
It makes me anxious whenever they show, like if it's I guess any shot where you can't see what's coming up ahead.
I know. I'm like,
and you're looking at the person driving, looking away all the time. I'm like, this is going to be one of the scenes where they crash into something, right?
All of a sudden, they
no matter what the show is.
Yeah, even if it's like a happy-go-lucky show, I'm like, they're about to crash. Look at the road.
Yeah. So instead of even if other people are in the car with you, tell them to shut up and turn on the RadioU podcast.
I gotta focus here.
Yeah. Last night, we got one of the wildest finishes of the NFL season to close out the entire year. 8772 RadioU Steelers, Ravens. If you missed the game, it was for the AFC North Championship, winner go home, do or die. And the Ravens got out to the quick start. They had a 10-0 lead. They looked pretty good. The first drive on offense, bing, bang, boom, right down the field, got a touchdown. And was like, uh-oh, Pittsburgh might be in trouble. And then it became a very defensive game for most of the entire game. So we'll fast forward ahead to the finish, the finale, where the Steelers, in the last 3 minutes or so, drive down the field. They need a touchdown to take the lead. They're down 24-20, I believe, and they get there. Then they miss the extra point.
Oh, no.
So you've got, I think, I could be wrong, but about a minute left in the game. The Ravens have all 3 timeouts, and now the Ravens just need a field goal to simply win.
Yeah.
It was going to be a field goal to tie, but Pittsburgh, uncharacteristically, Chris Boswell, first extra point missed in like 4 years.
Whew.
And it's like the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, his career really could end this way. Ravens drive down the field. Bing, bang, boom, time expiring. They kick a field goal. They missed it.
Oh.
He missed it. Tyler Loop, his fiance, and him are getting threats on social media now.
Oh, that's the worst.
And it could have easily have been Chris Boswell being the one getting threats.
Yep.
Which don't do that, but don't threaten anybody.
No.
But the Ravens missed the playoffs. Their season ends on a missed field goal. And the Steelers survived. They'll play the Texans in the playoffs on Monday night.
Wow. I mean, it's been a huge season for the Steelers. And I feel like for them to go out, like to end what has been a pretty good season on this, that would have been pretty bad. And I feel like the Ravens have been a lot more up and down. So to me, it makes more sense for them to miss the playoffs just because they've been so inconsistent. And I know they've had injuries, but I just feel like they were one of the teams that were in the playoff picture that I didn't really feel like deserved to be there.
Yeah. Now, if the Ravens did get in, I mean, their defense is pretty bad. And they were, one of the big things is they were dealing with injuries, particularly Kyle Hamilton for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Their star Pro Bowl safety, he went out with, I think, possibly concussion symptoms partway through the game. And after that, the Steelers had scored, but that kind of opened up their offense a little bit. So that was a big deal. But the Ravens, in the playoffs, Lamar Jackson, you never know, especially with no Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow around.
It's true.
But it did feel like the Steelers had the better season and kind of deserved it. And I feel so much that the Steelers, they've won a couple games like this where like you just kind of get lucky or like the other team does something stupid and it just works out for the Steelers. And these are the kind of things that it felt like never happened to Aaron Rodgers when he was in Green Bay, when Mike McCarthy was the coach, and even when Matt LaFleur for a few years. And now that he's in Pittsburgh, like the luck has finally turned for him. And I hope that continues.
It might. You never know. But I would say there's definitely some luck involved. If you miss a PAT and then the other team, all they have to do is score a field goal, and they miss the field goal, like that's pretty lucky
to be
for
clear,
the Steelers.
It wasn't blocked or anything.
They just
Neither one.
missed
They
it.
just both missed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe the winds were swirling at Heinz Field last night. I don't know what it was, but it worked out in the Steelers' favor. Now they get DK Metcalf back. And I'm glad to, I do have to say that the final game of the season, Sunday Night Football, was such a good game because the rest of yesterday was brutal. The people that were playing, awful.
I mean, I was happy as a Browns fan.
It was like preseason, but yeah, Myles Garrett gets his sack record.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for listening to the RadioU podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.